Hey crafters! In today's video, we're going to be taking a little tiny break from our normal sewing, DIYing, upcycling projects because I've recently found some really great vintage clothing pieces while secondhand shopping. And I wanted to share some of these pieces with you. It's been pretty difficult for me to find vintage pieces over the last number of years at my secondhand shops. It's very popular to shop secondhand these days, which is awesome. But people also are always looking for those really unique vintage pieces, so they can be harder to find just at your normal thrift store. It tends to be a little easier to find them at, say, like a vintage boutique or an antique shop. The pieces I found today were in great condition. I either got them at a thrift store or a garage sale, and they actually mostly fit my body, and that was very exciting to find. I can't wait to be styling these this season, especially as the weather's getting colder. We're now getting into like fall and winter's coming, holiday celebrations are coming too, so I think these will be really fun to style, both with some vintage pieces, but then also some more modern pieces and some layering pieces to kind of make this like vintagey modern mashup and hopefully make some really unique outfits. Come along on this cozy thrifted clothing outfit creating adventure and see if you get inspired to maybe find some old pieces, maybe in your closet or maybe out there secondhand in the world, and try turning them into some fun and very unique outfits for you. Let's head over to some vintage shopping footage, and I'll show you some of the fun pieces I found. Then I'll show you the ones that came home with me and how I plan to style those. So let's head over to the thrift store. Okay, well, I couldn't bring all of those items home with me. Sadly, some of them were not in really great condition, would take a lot of fixing. Some of them didn't fit that well, or some of them I loved and I just couldn't figure out how they could fit into my life. I really need to throw some like vintage theme parties or be invited to some vintage theme parties one of these days. Anyway, let me show you a couple of my favorites that did come home with me. And the first one is this skirt. This is a vintage wool midi skirt. And of course, I'll show you these in a little more detail here in a second, but I just totally loved it. Has like a slightly pointed waist band. It's got gorgeous darts in the back and of course the pleating in the front. So it's like a straight fitting skirt, but it's not a pencil skirt per se. Like it is straight, but it is not tight. It also has this really amazing pleat in the back that's like doubled fabric. I'm sure there's a name for this. I'm sorry, I don't know the name. So it just hangs really nicely and it doesn't like expose you particularly easily. It's also lined, which is amazing. And there's just some really beautiful stitching on the inside and all the seams are finished nicely. There isn't a tag on the inside. So did someone make this? Or did someone just take the tag out? I don't know, but I just thought this was really beautiful. And there are a lot of ways I could style this. So I could take it really vintage. I could turn it almost more 30s, I feel like, with the straight skirt and the kind of mid-calf length. Or I could turn it totally modern. So it also mostly fits. So that's really exciting. Wool skirt. Let's take a look at that kind of laid out flat and some of those outfit ideas. I love those pleats on the front. Oh, and that waistband, super cute, like almost a V, kind of a slightly curved V. Of course, there are the darts on the back, and it's hard to see, but there's a really tiny, thin little pinstripe in the skirt. So, a classic, vintagey, awesome. It's definitely more of a midi length on me, so I'm thinking for the outfit I'm working on today, I'm going to skew it a little bit more modern and put it with a fun like graphic t-shirt and maybe some layering pieces. That's just kind of one of my go-tos for wearing vintage skirts. It kind of throws off a little bit of the vintageness, a little bit of the girliness, but still keeps it cute. And of course, with a t-shirt, then you can layer over it all sorts of great fall layering pieces, which could be vintagey or could be more modern, depending which way you want to go. Let me show you what I'm thinking of. Well, this is one of my favorite thrifted t-shirt finds of all times. Nevertheless, she persisted. Yeah, let's do that, shall we? Of course, this t-shirt is semi-fitted, so it's great for tucking in to the high-waisted vintage skirt. And then I've got this great thrifted cardigan. This one's from the brand Cable and Gauge. And I really like their things because they always seem to be really high quality, even when I get them secondhand. And I've bought their pieces new as well, and they also seem to last pretty nicely. So good layering piece. I love how the polka dots kind of clash, but are kind of funky and fun with the pinstripe and still bringing the outfit together. Definitely want to put some kind of vintage inspired jewelry with this. Maybe some kind of cute shoes. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Well, next up is a pretty amazing denim dress. And I'll have to show you the full thing here in just a moment, but it's got all this amazing detailing, lots of cool top stitching. It is a shirt dress, but instead of buttons, it has these like hooks and eyes. And then the skirt really flares out at the bottom. Very cool. I was trying to figure out when this dress originated, and I was remembering some from maybe the late 90s. I'm not sure. The brand is Genealogy Collection. And I believe I've had some vintage pieces from them before, just like some like denim like jumpers almost, or just like, you know, sleeveless dress that's made of denim. I'm pretty sure I've had that before. If anybody knows, let me know in the comment. But unfortunately, vintage denim is kind of my kryptonite, as my sister says, and I tend to buy it even if it doesn't really fit into my life or there's a great way to wear it. This dress is definitely a statement. I feel like it is almost like a Western feel. So I'm not totally sure how I want to style this. I think there are a lot of ways. I could go like very like Western, I could go super vintage, or I could just, I don't know. I mean, denim's always having a moment, right? So maybe I can make it modern. I don't know. I had to buy it, I'm afraid. Some things just don't have explanations. It wasn't until I got it home that I realized that these contrasting panels on the side and up under the arm were actually added later. And some of them need a bit of mending, I'm afraid. But I think what happened was somebody must have had the dress and it was really slim fitting. Like this must have been a really tight fitting like dress for like a tiny person, maybe like a junior size. And then somebody added a little bit of extra fabric from under the arms all the way down until about mid-thigh. And that, shout out to them, because how brilliant is that? If I had noticed the dress had been altered before I bought it, I may not have bought it because, you know, it is an extra mending project. There are a couple places where the denim is pulling away from the added fabric, but that's such a genius idea. So shout out to that person, and they actually did a very beautiful job. I think it's just coming unstitched because it's old, but let me show you this dress flat and let you enjoy it in its entirety. Are you seeing what I'm talking about here? Oh my gosh. All the detailing, all the top stitching. I mean, that kind of corset belt almost with the top stitching at the waist. Oh my gosh. And then, of course, it's really cool how all the panels in the bodice are then flowing into all these skirt panels, which then kind of give it this mermaid effect. And all the hooks and eyes on the cuff of the sleeve, as well as going down the front. Just amazing. You can also see a little bit of that inserted fabric going down the side of the dress, and it kind of goes about mid-thigh, and then it goes down the side of the sleeve and stops about at the cuff. Definitely whoever did it had a good idea of what they were doing, because it is even on both sides. It's a great color match with that hook and eye placket. I didn't look at the inside of the dress before I bought it, so I had no idea originally that that was added in. I thought it was just part of the detailing on the dress. So kudos to that person, and without that added fabric, there is no way I'd be able to wear this too. So thanks to them. I think I'm going to take this guy in the direction kind of funky boho, like a little retro, kind of 90s-ish kind of. I think I'm going to do some lace-up boots, maybe some like big beaded earrings, maybe kind of like a cozy shawl, scarf with this. That's what I'm thinking for this one, but whatever I do, it is definitely going to be a statement with this dress. Okay, next up, yeah, more vintage denim. I have a problem, okay? But these are vintage Levi's. High rise, wide leg. They're in great shape. And actually they have a really nice kind of soft wash denim feel. Sometimes vintage denim can be like crunchy and stiff, but this is definitely a soft feel. And I actually got these at a garage sale. And I think I found them because I touched the denim and went, ooh, that feels nice. And then I pulled them out of the pile and found them. I wasn't sure if they were going to fit me or maybe my sister. I just bought them and they actually fit, which is mildly miraculous. I am grateful for the vintage Levi's. Also a big shout out to my neighbor who was passing them on. So thanks to her for giving me a new favorite pair of jeans. This is definitely a cut that is definitely happening right now. Lots of high rise, lots of straight leg jeans out there. So super excited to style this. I mean, I think I could go kind of any direction with these. I could dress them up a little bit more. I could, go really casual. I could go vintage. You name it. So anyway, special find there. Definitely a treat to get some vintage jeans. Aren't these great? Oh my gosh. Really, it's a denim that is like my favorite part because they're definitely soft, worn in feel, and yeah, great classic kind of straight leg. Pretty high rise on me, but if I tuck stuff in, I feel like it's going to work. Let me show you what the back looks like. There we go. Just super simple, super classic on the back. Of course, we got that little tiny orangey tag with the Levi logo. I'm afraid the inside tag has been taken off, so I can't tell exactly which style these jeans are, but I know Levi is doing a whole lot of those retro high-waisted straight leg and even really wide leg styles now. So if you don't have a fortuitous garage sale in your area, I think you can probably get some of these pants for yourself, just getting them new. Let's look at some pairing ideas. Well, you can't go wrong with a classic stripy tee with our very classic vintage jeans. I'm going to add a corduroy jacket over the top just to kind of casualize things a little bit. This jacket is one I thrifted a number of years ago. It's from the brand Divided, and it's pretty worn. I think it's vintage-ish. I'm not entirely sure, but it's got a great kind of like cropped fit, kind of a ribbed waistband and those ribbed cuffs. So I feel like that worn corduroy looks pretty cool with those worn denim jeans. But just to keep things from being too totally basic, I think I might end up adding a cute little neck scarf here. I mean, I don't always go that extra, but could be fun to kind of take this outfit to the next level and definitely keep the retro vibe going on. This scarf actually was my grandma's, but she never wore it because it was new in the box when I got it. So kind of a gift from my grandma, I guess, because it's perfect with this outfit. So thank you, Grandma. I look forward to wearing it with my outfit. Well, last up has got to be possibly one of the most amazing and insane vintage pieces I've ever found. This is a maxi skirt. Patchwork maxi skirt in all different colors and patterns of polyester. This is just amazing. Of course, it's got the waistband, it's got a zipper in the back. I feel like somewhere out there in the 1970s, I had a doppelganger out there who was like, hey, let's take remnants and spend a stupid amount of time and turn them into something, and it'll be bright and crazy. Cool. A huge shout out to whoever made this, because this is really nicely made. And I think it would have taken a lot of time and a lot of effort, and it's just so much fun. Like, I saw it on the rack, I looked at it, and I like kind of tried to leave it there, but I'm like, no, this is like meant to be. Somebody made this and I love it, so I need to preserve this piece. I don't know. Really hope that whoever created this loved to sew or was a seamstress or maybe made things for their family. And I really hope that they actually had like made garments out of these pieces. I mean, it's possible that maybe they bought fabric just for this project, but wouldn't it be cool if like these were actually remnants of other things that they'd made and that they would have made things in all of these insane and wonderful colors? Whoever crafted this originally, huge shout out to you, because this is amazing. When I wore it, I actually had people like stopping me being like, oh my gosh, that's a great skirt. And I'm like, I know, right? Kudos to whoever made it. This is amazing. There was a border on the bottom, a full-length border of this olive green, but I had to actually roll it up and hem it because it was so long and I'm a little too short for that. So I did that as carefully as I could so that those stitches could be taken out easily if, you know, a taller person wishes to wear this after me. But one thought was, what shirt should I wear it with? And I have a lot of choices for colors. So hopefully that won't be too hard. Let me show you what I'm thinking of for this one. Wow. The visual vitamin C coming off of this skirt is just amazing. Although looking at these gorgeous, super vibrant colors is totally making me think I misspoke. I think I said 70s. Is the skirt from the 60s? You know, I mean, these colors, the fabric's definitely more 60s, right? Okay, you let me know what you guys think in the comments. I mean, I kind of think maxi skirt, and I kind of think 60s, 70s. Okay, cool. But yeah, I think this one might be more 60s. Honestly, like the slightly gathered skirt, but not very full A-line, high-waisted thing is now reminding me of some formal skirts I've seen from the 60s. You know, that someone would tuck in like a basic shell into or have like a crop jacket with. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Whatever the case may be, this is amazing. I have a few choices of tops that could coordinate with this skirt. So let me show you what I'm thinking about for an outfit. Yay! I have the perfect color burnt brown t-shirt. Yes, this t-shirt and the stripy one are ones I've gotten from Land's End. I really like the kind of mid-weight of their t-shirts, but I do have to say they can be a little poofy when you tuck them into things. So I'm still on the hunt for the perfect, like semi-fitted mid-weight t-shirt that tucks in really easily. Let me know if you guys have recommendations for me on that, because I'm on the hunt. But I'm definitely going to be pairing this with my thrifted Gap jacket. Love the classic style of this. It's a little boxy, a little cropped, but not too much. And I think it's going to kind of help balance out the amazing brightness of the skirt just a little bit, pairing it back just a bit. But I think I'm going to go vintage with my jewelry for this because I can't resist. Let me show you the earrings I'm thinking of. Two of my favorite vintage earrings. These guys are enamel clip-ons, of course, amazing colors. Are they sunflowers? Are they suns? Are they daisies? I don't know, but I love them, and I think they love this skirt, so definitely have to wear them together. Well, those are all of the vintage pieces for today's video. Hope you enjoyed these vintage finds and some of the very unique outfits I'm hoping to put together using them. Maybe it gave you some ideas for some unique outfits you might put together with some of your vintage finds as well. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, give it a big thumbs up. and consider subscribing for some more fun vintage and DIY stuff here on Partners in Craft. We have a lot more DIY, upcycling, and crafting videos coming up very soon, including some DIY gifts and other fun holiday content. So hope you visit us again for some more crafting fun. And let me show you some of the ways I have been wearing these vintage pieces recently, and I'll show you those right now.